a roller coaster ride of emotions lately for the Toronto Blue Jays. They crushed the Orioles in Game 1. They get crushed in Game 2. They walk it off in Game 3. And they lose 10-2 today to the O's. 10-2. And they split the 4-game series. And over the last 3 series where you have played the Kansas City Royals, the Detroit Tigers, and the Baltimore Orioles, the Blue Jays went 6-4. That's not good enough, man. For a team that wants to make it all the way to win the division, which obviously looks pretty much out of reach at this point when the Yankees are just playing out of their mind, basically like they've never played before, at least in the last 20, 30 years. And you lose 10-2 to the Orioles. We talked about it early in the season. Well, tough schedule. Wait till you play the Orioles 15 times. Well, the Yankees play the 15 times, so that means all these wins are gimmies. No, clearly. We talked about it going into this series. The Baltimore offense has definitely gotten better than it was before. And they put that thing on display today. And Kevin Gausman was not good. And for the second time in 3 starts, and you could arguably throw his 3rd start in there as well. We only gave up 2 runs over 6 innings. He walked 3 guys. That's not Kevin Gausman. The last 3 starts for him have not looked good. And 2 of them have basically been unwatchable. He can't get out of the 3rd inning. He gives it a 6-piece in the 2nd. It's just tough to watch. Top of the 1st inning, Adley Rutschman gets out in the fielder's choice. Mullins comes in to score. And it's 1-0 Orioles. Man, it's 1-0. My God, the Jays offense will be able to score 1 at least. No problem. The problem was in the top of the 2nd inning. Mountcastle's an RBI single. Hayes and Mullins score. Odor hits a sacrifice fly. Mountcastle scores. Tyler Nevin hits a double. Adley Rutschman scores. Then McKenna hits a double. In comes Nevin. And Mateo hits an RBI single. McKenna scores. Who are half these guys? Now, yeah, Mountcastle, he's a Jays killer. We learned it. It's going to happen for years. Great. But Rugen Odor hit a sac fly. Whatever. Tyler Nevin, McKenna, and Mateo are not premier names, and 2 of them were extra base hits off of Gausman. And you're down 7-0 after 2 innings. You just can't expect a team to try and come back from that. How many times have we talked about it? Pitching and defense wins you games. Pitching and defense this. Pitching and defense that. And early in the season, your pitching was fantastic. Your starting pitching was consistent and fantastic. You knew what you were getting from Alek Manoah. You knew what you were going to get from Kevin Gausman every day. Kikuchi during May, you knew what you were going to get from him. But it's just been a roller coaster lately. And then the bottom of the 4th inning, Teoscar Hernandez hits a solo bomb, making it 7-1. Hey, maybe a little comeback coming. And then the bottom of the 6th inning, the Jays have guys in the corners with 1 out. Maybe try and get some rally going. No, they get nothing out of that. And then at the top of the 7th inning, Rugen Odor hits an RBI triple. Adley Rutschman scores. This is off of Jeremy Beasley, so it doesn't matter. Tyler Nevin hits a sac fly. Odor scores. And then at the top of the 8th inning, Austin Hayes hits a solo bomb. At bottom of the 8th, Alejandro Kirk hits an RBI single. Bradley Zimmer scores because he hit a double. Because why not? And the Jays lose 10-2. This video is not going to be much longer than this. Maybe it is. Maybe I'll start yapping too much. I don't know. But Kevin Gausman went 2 1/3, allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, walked a batter, and struck out 3. He was not good. And he's probably the first one to tell you that. He was not very good. David Phelps went an inning and 2/3, allowed 3 hits. I believe that was the Mateo single in that 2nd inning. Driving in McKenna to make it 7-0. Jeremy Beasley had 3 innings, only allowed 2 hits. But they allowed 2 runs, struck out 5 guys, and walked 1. But it's weird. Jeremy Beasley, like, he goes out there and he gives you like 5 Ks over 3 innings. You're like, that's pretty good, but he allowed 2 runs. And you're like, okay, well, who cares now? And then Matt Gage went 2 innings, allowed the solo bomb to Austin Hayes. That was the only hit he allowed in the 2 innings. And that was it for the pitching staff. Obviously, you didn't use any of your big guys. You don't need to use anyone because you got to save up because we all know who we're playing next. The only guy with a multi-hit game today, Alejandro Kirk, 2 for 3 with a run scored in the game. The team overall, 8 hits in the game, 5 strikeouts. But honestly, I can't blame the offense one bit. Yeah, you love to see them try and make some crazy comeback. I get that. But when you're down 7-0 before you barely even get your feet wet, like, my God, before, Kevin Biggio gets in that bat in this game, you're down 7-0. It's kind of difficult to try and get into the game that way. It was not good at all. And that's all I'm going to say about this game. I've given you guys the stats about the last 3 series and how abysmal it was. Giving you the stuff from today, how bad Kevin Gausman was. And now you play the New York Yankees next. But I'm starting to think, and I'm hoping I'm right, because if that's the case, this is not going to be an abomination of a series. The Jays seem to find a way to play up to their opponents. And the reason I say that, they were 22-20 earlier in the season, right? And that was against these really good baseball teams. Some really good squads. And a lot of them, all at once. And we're like, man, that's a tough schedule, one of the toughest in all of baseball. And they were staying afloat. We're like, man, can't wait till we play these bad teams and we beat the snot out of them. Well, that didn't happen. And it's not like you had any close games really either, other than yesterday's walk-off. How many times did Jordan Romano pitch? Well, either you were getting blown out or you were blowing out another team. It was weird. Jay's got to figure it out. Because pitching-wise, the Yankees have got it. What am I saying? They got everything right now. Their bullpen's locked down. Their starting pitching staff has been incredible. Their offense is ridiculous. I don't know what to tell you. But I will tell you, is the pitching matchups for this weekend set. Tomorrow, Friday night, you got Jordan Montgomery versus Ross Stripling. It's a 7:07 first pitching game 1. Ross Stripling, yeah, the numbers have been great over his last 2 starts. His ERA for the season looks really nice. But I'm sorry. You're not playing Kansas City. And you're not playing, was it Baltimore in the first game? Or was it, no, I can't remember who pitched the first game of this series. No, it couldn't have been. It's not Kansas City and it's not Detroit. 2 of the worst offenses in baseball. You're playing basically one of the best offenses in baseball, the Yankees. So what are you going to see from Strip tomorrow? Heck if I know. Game 2. Now this is the one I think if the Jays fans need to win a game, it's this one. Game 2 is Jameson Taillon, who's had a great season, versus Alek Manoah, who's had a better season. Still very good though. 3:07 first pitch there on Saturday. And then the finale is when we all just pray and just, I don't know what else you can do, but Garrett Cole versus Yusei Kikuchi. That's the pitching matchup. 1:37 first pitch there in the finale on Sunday. On Father's Day. Jays fans, this team has just given me a lot of emotional, just stressful times. Because one night I'm happier than crazy, the opening night of this series, right? Yesterday was a lot of excitement, even though you did blow a 5-0 lead and then a 6-3 lead. But you got to find a way to get some wins here. And it would make a statement to Blue Jay fans that if you go out there in the Yankees and you find a way to take 2 or 3, I don't know how it's going to happen, but if you find a way, it'll make every Jays fan take a step back and say, oh, so this team can play good against good teams, but they got to start beating the snot of the bad teams. Right? Jays fans, with the loss, the Jays now 37-26 on the season. And that's going to wrap it up here. I have nothing else to say about this game. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and definitely not the game today, smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like, and there's really not much to like. There's a lot to dislike from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already, and I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, of course, tomorrow night. Game 1 against the Yankees at Rogers Center. Jordan Montgomery, Ross Stripling is the pitching matchup at Rogers Center. 7:07 first pitch. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and most definitely not the game today. We'll talk to you guys then.